Hey everybody, this is a really sad day. Um Amazingly sad day. I couldn't believe the headline. I saw a partial headline that went Olivia Newton-John, who was known for, and I thought, oh no. And it was the worst. Olivia Newton-John died after a battle with breast cancer. She was just 13 years older than me, 73 years old. And if you don't know Olivia Newton-John or her songs, and yet you are a fan of, say, Taylor Swift, I highly suggest you cyber trot your way down to YouTube where you can hear Olivia Newton-John, watch her dance, and then go over to Apple Music and download some of her songs because you will not be disappointed. And I have to say one thing. When I think of Olivia Newton-John, I think of all of the good times that I had in my life, including just simply watching Grease with her and John Travolta. If you want to watch a movie that will get you singing, maybe not dancing, but singing, or at least humming, Grease is the word. Grease is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning. And Grease is the time, it's the place, it's the motion. And Grease is the way that we're feeling. And I have to note that it marks what to me feels like, and I and others want to be wrong, the passing of real, understandable music and songs. The reason why West Side Story was so popular today is because it was based on the original West Side Story of the 20th century and the 50s, which included singing and dancing. We're people, we're not machines. And to hear Olivia Newton-John sing and dance, be it on screen or in person as was done for a time, didn't have the opportunity to hear her, is a complete joy. Olivia Newton-John's voice was so melodic, so, dare I say, soulful, so nice, that it put you in another place. It made you comfortable. It made you relaxed. It catapulted you into a dream world. And then it brought you back comfortably. Olivia's most noted for, other than Grease, her song Hopelessly Devoted to You. It's not a song that I would be caught dead singing, because I'm from that generation that had the idea that, well, hey, a man didn't sing a girl's song like that. It was a girl singing about her love for a guy, right? It doesn't mean it can't be changed, but it also doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy the heck out of it, and I don't enjoy the heck out of it every single time I hear it. Hopelessly Devoted to You is one of the most beautiful songs I have ever heard in my entire life. It is beyond sad that a person associated with so much life, so much joy, as is the case with Olivia Newton-John, has to leave us, has to die, let alone of breast cancer. We've got to get this cancer thing under control. I'm afraid of it myself. And I drink different types of tea and do a number of things, including keep my weight down, just to avoid the possibility of cancer. Trying to prolong being this healthy for my life as long as I possibly can. So to hear that Olivia Newton-John died, someone I think of as lasting forever, someone whose name I do not associate with death, is hard. But the question is beyond me. What have others said about the passing of Olivia Newton-John? And well, her and she passed away in California on a ranch, and sadly, um, Mike, the music blogger, said that Olivia Newton-John made smoking look cool, uh, and her, she leaves her husband behind. Sadly, John Travolta posted a very touching tribute described as heartfelt. It's posted on at NBC News, and it goes like this. John is 68 years old. He posted on Instagram, but he wrote, "My dearest Olivia, you made all of our lives so much better. Your impact was incredible. I love you so much. We will see you down the road, and we will all be together again. Yours from the first moment I saw you, and forever." And she was completely, absolutely, stunningly beautiful. She looked the same at 73 as she did when she was in Greece and singing and making hits during the 70s and the 80s. I mean, she hadn't aged, yet she had not aged much at all. She made 73 look like 43, and she made 43 look like 23. So, hey, that's no mean trick. That is no mean trick. Let's see if there are other tributes here. I know there are. Fox News says, "Hopelessly devoted," talking about what John Travolta just put out as his tribute and what I read to you. And that pretty much dominates the results. Glamora says, "We will always be together." And I am trying to find, BuzzFeed reports as of 55 minutes ago that "Hopelessly Devoted to You" was written after they finished filming the movie. Olivia Newton-John's ballad was the only Grease song nominated for a 1979 Oscar. It was up for Best Original Song, but lost to Donna Summer's "Last Dance." That was when I was at Skyline High School, Oakland, California. And BuzzFeed also reports that, speaking of spandex, which she was known for, Olivia Newton-John's pants were so tight when she filmed "You're the One I Want" for Grease. You're the one you want, you're the one I want, ooh, 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 honey. That she had to be ripped out of them and sewn into them. Jeff Conaway, who played Kaniki, had a big crush on Olivia Newton-John. She played Sandy, and he was really nervous around her on the set. Oddly enough, he ended up marrying her sister, Ronna Newton-John. Now that's smart. If you can't marry the woman you're starring in a movie with, at least marry her sister. That's pretty smart. That's a smart thing for Jeff Conaway to do, or Kaniki, I think, who got a hickey from Kaniki. Some kind of thing in there that fit. Grease director Randall Kinster also shared his memories of Olivia Newton-John. He said that she was one of a kind and so very kind. For over 4 decades, our friendship exuded nothing but love. For over 4 decades of our friendship, she exuded nothing but love for everyone she met. Olivia was exactly the way you imagined her. I will miss her forever. And that's quite a compliment to say about a star, that they're everything that you imagine, because you imagine a star as, above all else, nice to you, okay? And you imagine that they're going to allow you to take their picture. You imagine that the star is going to allow you to shake their hand or even give them a hug. You imagine that the star is really going to like you. And so it's quite a compliment when someone says that Olivia Newton-John was really that person. When you think about it. She was really that person who gave of herself to you and wanted you to like her as much as you hope that she liked you, right? I mean, that's a heck of a statement. That means Olivia Newton-John is truly a good person. I say is because it's hard for me to accept this idea that we're just gone. You know, that we're here and then all of a sudden, oh, we're, our molecules are done this. That's why I don't want to be cremated, all right? Because to me, cremating my body means that a part of me is, turned to dust. I would rather it happen the other way. That's just me. Everybody has their belief. That's the beauty of it. But this whole cremation thing just freaks me out. It really does. And I certainly hope that doesn't happen to her. But if that's her wish, so be it. I can't get with that. I just can't. Now, more Rolling Stones magazine says, everyone loves You're the One That I Want and Summer Nights. Yeah, and rightly so. But no Grease song was more iconically Olivia Newton-John than the late legend's lovesick turn on Hopelessly Devoted to You. And it reports, Rolling Stone does, that with a blockbuster smash, Grease, Olivia Newton-John enjoyed one of the most pivotal moments of her career in pop culture history in general. She did. Folks, you have to understand how dominant Grease was in American pop culture when it came out and I was in high school at Skyline. Grease was imitated, the clothing, the people, the John Travolta, what it meant to be cool. Grease, and then of course Happy Days, had a massive impact on our society. And the one thing that was missing from it was the presence of, someone black, because unfortunately the idea of those movies is that, well, it was entirely white. And sure, there was discrimination, but that wasn't uniformly the case everywhere in the United States. There are people who had black friends then who sang, who enjoyed many of the same kinds of fun-loving mischief that their white counterparts did. One day, someone will make that movie based on that reality. Unfortunately, Grease is not that movie. It doesn't mean that I don't like Grease. I love Grease. But the fact of the matter is, there should be a movie that fixes the lack of inclusion at the time, if only to remind us of what we all know is true. Folks that look like me were around back then. We weren't being, killed by the cops all the time or some KKK racist. We were enjoying lives as Americans. And I really believe it's important to emphasize that now, because too often the message is put out by media that we were consistently being rusted and everything was tough. Sure, it was tough, racism. But there are a lot of people, a lot of black folks who had great times too, more often than is reported than with white people, okay? So that needs to be cleaned up. Grease is a time, a place, a moment that everyone should rightfully enjoy. And God bless Olivia Newton-John for being a part of a great cast and crew and movie financiers and studio that brought Grease to us. Grease will last forever, which means Olivia Newton-John will, from that perspective, last forever. That's a heck of a statement. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark Oakland News Now blog.com. Oh, and by the way, Grease is the word. I'm reminded of a moment where I was with my friend Heather and Gina at the Cosmopolitan in the Chandelier Bar, and we were all singing Grease out loud. There was a white woman, actually a rather attractive one, who was sitting in the next little area with us and her friends, but she was giving me a dirty look, and I couldn't figure out why. There was no logical reason. I hadn't done anything wrong. I was singing. I wasn't singing loud enough for anyone to believe that I sang badly over my friends. We were singing in unison. But she was angry that a black person would sing Grease. And that was in 2018. Folks, let me tell you something. This is America. If you don't sing Grease and you're black, there's something wrong with you, okay? I get why you wouldn't sing it. Maybe you don't like it. Okay, but let me say something. Don't not sing Grease because you're black. Do the opposite. Sing Grease because you're black. Let other people know that, hey, you know what? This country's for you too. I love Grease. I always will. I'll sing it anytime, anywhere, as loud as I want, and I encourage you to do the same. Subscribe to Zenny62, and please bookmark oaklandnewsnowblog.com. And God bless and rest Olivia Newton-John.